Hello viewers and listeners, welcome to another lesson of the day. The lesson is about SES for the upper basic school students. Now before we come to the lesson proper, my name is Bakari MC Sane, and we would like to answer the assignment on population and the environment, which was the last lesson learned. Now, question number 1 reads, give 2 ways in which damage to the environment can be stopped. Some of the answers are avoid deforestation or minimize deforestation. Another answer is minimize industrial activity, known in economics as industrialization. Question 2, which government agency coordinates all environments in the Gambia? The answer is the National Environment Agency, which is option C. Question 3, all the following are factors causing environmental damage except A, overgrazing, B, afforestation, C, bushfires, D, pollution. So the answer here is afforestation. Remember, afforestation meant tree planting exercises. So the correct answer here is afforestation. The rest all contributes to environmental destruction. That is overgrazing, bushfires, and pollution of the environment. Question 4 reads, what type of vegetation is found along the river Gambia? The answer is the mangrove swamps. The mangrove swamps, that is the answer for question 4. Now this brings us to our new lesson of the day. Our lesson proper for today is entitled the solar system. Now the lesson is too broad. We will just look at few areas, and other areas of it shall be dealt with in the incoming lessons. Now, but before we start the lesson proper, the introduction is about providing you with a clear understanding of the Earth as a component of the solar system. That is the planet on which we are living. Now, the planets in the solar system are discussed in this lesson, but our focus for today is on the Earth. Now, before we move further, what is a planet? A planet is a natural or heavenly body that moves around the sun. A planet is a natural or heavenly body that moves around the sun. What are some of these heavenly bodies? Some of these heavenly bodies are comets, we have planetoids, we have asteroids, etc., etc. And of course, with series of stars. All these are components in the solar system. Now, among the series of stars in the solar system is the sun, which is the largest star in the solar system. Now, the sun, which gives us light daily, is composed of 75% hydrogen and 25% helium. The diameter of the Sun is approximately 864,000 miles. That is more than 100 times the Earth's diameter. Now, this brings us to the total number of planets discovered in the solar system by various astronauts, astronomers, and the like. If you could remember, in the olden days, astronomers or other geographers discovered 9 planets in the solar system. But as we speak in this lesson, the total number of planets in the solar system stands at 8, with the exemption of planet Pluto. If planet Pluto is exempted from the list, the rest of the planets will be 1. Mercury, 2. Venus, 3. Earth, 4. Mars, 5. Jupiter, 6. Saturn, 7. Uranus, and 8. Neptune. So basically, these are the 8 planets in the solar system at present. Although some astronauts or astronomers who usually travel up into space are with the belief that there could be a new planet called Planet 9. This Planet 9 is yet to be officially approved by the various geographical societies of the world. Now, we mentioned earlier on in our lesson that our focus shall be on the planet Earth. Now, this planet Earth, which is also called the world, is approximately 150 million kilometers away from the Sun. 150 million kilometers away from the Sun. Now, the planet Earth is almost round in shape, which is called spherical. Round in shape means spherical. So the planet Earth, being rounded in shape or in a shape form, is a proof set aside by the various geographers. For example, Ferdinand Magellan, for example, Dick Rutan, or Jean Yeager, etc. Now, a group of stars around the Earth is referred to as the Milky Way. A group of stars around the Earth is referred to as the Milky Way. What is this Milky Way? It's a form of a galaxy which we shall be looking as the lesson progresses. Now, a star is many times bigger than the Earth. But the Earth is also larger than the Moon, according to the researchers. Now, the Moon, which also gives us a source of light in the evening, is primarily made up of oxygen, silicon, magnesium, iron, calcium, and aluminum. Now, the closest star to the Earth is called Alpha Centauri, whose light takes 4 years to reach the Earth's surface, but light from the sun takes some minutes to reach us. Now, the study of the universe and the relationship between the other heavenly bodies is known as astronomy. Now, when we look at the word universe, that is a very big term. It's a very big term. It's like the word universe is far more than the world. It's far more than the world, that is the planet Earth. Now, the study of the universe and the relationship between the other heavenly bodies is known as astronomy. Now, a person trained to be able to travel in space rocket to space is called an astronaut. An astronaut. So here we are talking about the title given to the person involved in the studying up in space. If you remember, I made mention of the word universe. So here is its definition. Everything that exists, including the Earth, the 8 planets, and even the planet 9, which is yet to be officially approved by various geographical organizations in the world, the stars, etc., all are collectively called the universe. Now, the next we are looking at and discussing is the Milky Way galaxies. This is how the Milky Way galaxies looks. Now, this brings us to the nature of the planets. The nature of the planets. Now, this is about the basic characteristics of the 8 planets. And this is very important indeed come assessments, be it a school-based assessment or an external assessment, which is usually supervised and coordinated by the West African Examinations Council. So therefore, listen and watch carefully. Now we come to the first planet called Mercury. Now, what are the basic descriptions about this planet Mercury? Mercury is the nearest planet to the Sun, and it completes rounding the Sun in 88 days. Remember, all this was done based on researches, and it has been accepted globally. Now, Mercury equally has the highest temperature, and hence it being with a very, very high temperature, therefore it doesn't support living. That is, in other words, it doesn't support life. Mercury doesn't support vegetation growth. Mercury doesn't support the existence of man, his or her animals, and basically living things' existence and sustenance is not supported by planet Mercury. That is why the humans, the animals, or other living things are not living on planet Mercury. Now, The next planet is called Venus. This is the second planet in order of arrangement from the Sun. Now, this planet Venus is the second planet in order of arrangement from the Sun, like I stated earlier on, and it is also described as the Earth's twin. Now, what is a twin, or what are twins? These are people born and they all belong to the same generation. Or for example, animals born belonging to the same generation and to the same mother for that matter. For example, wherever Adama is, mostly you will see Awa. Wherever Paul is, most of the time you will see Peter. Wherever Seni is, mostly you will see Sana. So we use this word twin as a partner. Twin is a partner. So Venus being described as the Earth's twin rather, is because of its closeness to the planet Earth. Now, next is the planet Earth. The planet Earth is the capital O-N-L-Y. Why do we capitalize here, saying O-N-L-Y, only, all in capital? Is because so far as we speak, this is the most important planet in the solar system. And what makes it very important indeed is because all forms of life are known to exist. It is on the planet Earth where we derived our source of oxygen, which supports life. It is on the same planet Earth which supports the growth of trees and plants. So that makes the planet Earth as the most important planet in the solar system so far. That's why I capitalize the word only. Now, this planet Earth also has a natural satellite. What is this natural satellite? This natural satellite is called the Moon. What makes it a natural satellite is because the Moon was not created by man. It was not created by human beings. That qualifies it to be called a natural satellite. There are artificial satellites as well. Why are those ones called artificial satellites? It's because they are made by man. So we shall discuss those artificial satellites as well in the incoming lessons. But remember, we said today our focus shall be on the planet Earth. Now, this planet Earth lies between the planets Venus and Mars. It lies between the planet Venus and Mars. Now, how long in days or in a year does the planet Earth complete one revolution around the Sun? This is 365.26 days or 1 year. But sometimes it happened in a year when the total number of days in a year goes up to 366 days. And this 366 days in a year is known as a leap year. How do you easily detect a leap year? A leap year is easier to notice when the year is divisible by 4. If a year is divisible by 4, that year is called a leap year. For example, in which year are we? We are in the year 2020. Remember, a leap year happened after every 4 years. Now, if you divide 2020 by 4, obviously the 4 will go into 2020 without a remainder. So therefore, the year 2020 is a leap year. But the incoming year after 2020, which is the year 2021, if we divide this by 4, obviously there will be a remainder. So therefore, next year, 2021, will not be a leap year. Instead, it will be 365.26 days, or some will call it 365 and a quarter days. Now, what are some of the basic characteristics of planet Mars? Now, according to researchers, planet Mars has 2 moons. And at night, or at certain periods of the day, this planet Mars is reddish in color. That is, it looks red. Why? Because it has approximately half of its surface appearing red. And according to the researchers, planet Mars is believed to be rocky. It is believed to be rocky, R-O-C-K-Y. Rocky meant having rocks. For example, what are some of the rocks found on planet Earth? They are sedimentary rocks, igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks, etc., etc. So, therefore, planet Mars sometimes having those rocky substances is believed that it cannot support life like the Earth does. For example, on the Earth's surface, not every surface on the Earth is covered with rocks. May God forbid, if every part on the Earth's surface is covered with rocks, will there be any living? Will there be any life on planet Earth? Obviously, no. Because where rocks are, it will be very difficult to practice agriculture. It will be very difficult to practice any activity which involves rainfall and the presence of a good fertile soil. So wherever you come across a good fertile soil, observe it very well. You will not be seeing rocks available on that piece of land. Now, this brings us to the next planet called Jupiter. Now, planet Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system. Or, if you want, you can use another word, which is largest. You may be asked in an assessment, name the largest planet in the solar system. Your answer should be Jupiter. But in the other way around, name the biggest planet in the solar system still requires the same answer. Your answer should be Jupiter. Now, Jupiter has 12 moons. It is also surrounded by poisonous gases and has a cold temperature which are not ideal for living. For example, living in a temperature which is very, very cold indeed. Is this going to support life? Obviously, no. Life is supported on an environment with a favorable temperature. Now, the next planet is called Saturn. Saturn, according to renowned geographers, is the only planet with a ring around it. And it is the most beautiful when viewed through a scientific instrument called a telescope. And it is also believed that Saturn is the second largest planet in the solar system after Jupiter. It means Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, followed by Saturn. But when it comes to beauty, among the 8 planets in the solar system at present, Saturn is regarded as the most beautiful. And this was proven through the use of a telescope. Now, the 7th planet in order of arrangement from the Sun is called Uranus. Now, planet Uranus is like Venus. Remember, earlier on we said Venus is labeled as the Earth's twin. But what makes Uranus looks like Venus is because it rotates in a clockwise direction. Like we are saying, this is a clockwise direction going from this direction. For example, here is the 12, here is the 3, here is the 6, here is the 9. If I fill in the other parts of the clock face, which looks like this. Now, if this is the hour hand, and this is the minutes hand, and this is the second hand, how does this clock operates? It moves to the eastern direction. This is what we call a clockwise movement or direction. As the clock works, accordingly, it goes through the eastern direction, going towards other directions like here, the south, here, the west, up to where the 12th is, which according to the 4 cardinal points is the north. Now, the planet Uranus, according to researchers also, is blessed with 27 moons. Now, the 8th planet in the solar system is called Neptune. Neptune looks green from space. What is this space? Space. Space in SES or space in geography is referring to that part where astronomers usually travel to view various planets. That is called the space. So planet Neptune has an atmosphere which is made up of hydrogen, helium, and methane gases. Now, remember we've talked about stars in the solar system. So, a group of millions of these stars is known as the galaxies, or the other name for it is nebulas. Now, this brings us to a brief description of the latest discoveries, although yet to be official by various researchers in the field of geography. And it reads, in August 2006, the International Astronomical Union declared that Pluto should be called a dwarf planet. So, Pluto being a dwarf planet qualifies it to be a non-planet. Apart from being dwarf, it is smaller and has different characteristics from the other planets in the solar system. Therefore, in 2008, the International Astronomical Union described that all the dwarf planets further from the Sun than Neptune could also be called Plutoids. It was during this discovery that others came with Planet 9, which is said to be a new planet, first discovered in 2014. Now, here is a brief explanation of the 8 planets and their approximate distance from the Sun. Mercury, 57,910,000 kilometers away from the Sun. Venus, 108,200 kilometers away from the Sun. The Earth, 149,600. As you can see, all is in kilometers. Mars, 227,940. Jupiter, 778,330. Saturn, 1,426,940. Uranus, 2,870,990. And the 8th planet, being Neptune, is 4,497,070. So as you can see in bracket 000 km, which stands for kilometers. Now, viewers and listeners, especially on the part of the viewers, what is this? This is a picture of the components of the solar system. Remember what we've talked about. You can see for those viewing. Now, for the benefit of those listening, what we are seeing in this picture are the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. And to remember these planets in their arrangement from the Sun, in their order of arrangement from the Sun, there is a kind of an acronym which is usually used. It's like a formula in mathematics. In any problem solving in mathematics, a question which requires a formula obviously needs to be remembered, or else that question may be difficult to solve. So for these planets, to easily remember them in their order of arrangement, just say, my very excellent mother just serves us Nescafe. My very excellent mother just serves us Nescafe. Otherwise called what? Coffee. My begins with letter M. Very begins with letter V. Excellent begins with letter E. Mother begins with letter M. Just begins with letter J. Serves begins with letter S. Us begins with letter U. And Nescafe begins with letter N. This brings us to the end of our today's lesson, but before we call it a day, here is the assignment, and it reads, number 1, which planet is closest to the Sun? Number 2, how long does Mercury take to complete one revolution around the Sun? Question 3 reads, the only known planet that supports all forms of life is A, Venus, B, Mercury, C, Earth, and D, Neptune. So finally, before we call it a day, here is a short advice to us all, more especially the learners. We are all aware of the existence of COVID-19 in the Gambia, likewise in other parts of the world. So the best practice for now is to adhere to the Ministry of Health and the WHO, which stands for World Health Organization. You try by all means, you adhere to their health standards. This is for your safety, it is for your security, and it is for the benefit of all and sundry. So please adhere to those health standards for the better and make good use of the lessons broadcasted on television and the radios. Once again, thank you.